Tracey from Nova Scotia Living, and today is actually Thursday. I stopped at the grocery store this morning. What time is it now? It's 10:30. I picked these up this morning after I dropped the kids off to their day camps and stuff. Evie's here, my teenager's here. But I'm in the cooking mood. I want to get some freezer meals made, like keto style freezer meals, because I don't have any left, and I'm just tired of snacking on stuff that I don't really need to be snacking on, you know what I'm saying? So I stopped at Sobeys and Superstore. I got some celery, organic celery hearts, mushrooms, all 50% off. I got myself some decaf coffee pods. I'm trying to eliminate as much caffeine from my diet as possible, and I like decaf coffee. I know some people don't, but I like it, and I like it because the pods are actually compostable. Very good. I got some frozen cauliflower. Fresh cauliflower is crazy expensive, like ridiculously expensive. This is kind of expensive. These 2 bags were 2 for $7, but it was still cheaper than buying a head of cauliflower. It's ridiculous. I got some old cheddar. I bought some frozen broccoli and some frozen Brussels sprouts, a big bag. And I got some chopped spinach. I can feel that they're in little nuggets kind of thing, so that's good. I got some eggs, some heavy whipping cream because I'll need it, and this salad was 50% off. I thought the kids can have this with whatever I make for them for supper tonight, and yeah, they'll have some fresh veggies too. So yeah, I'm gonna start mapping out my day and get something in the oven. Right, I need to get Evie down for a nap because he's a crankpot. But I just washed this chicken. I still have a package and a half in the fridge, but I can't fit it in the oven now, and I don't want to double decker it because these are big chicken legs. So they're all washed. I'm just gonna cover them with this and get those going. I'll probably cook these for an hour and a half at least at 350. And then when I actually do go to plate them up in those little trays, I'll take the drumstick off, so I'll have like twice as many pieces of chicken. I'll probably leave that other chicken in the fridge, whether I cook it this style or when my husband gets home today. He was away last night. Maybe he wants to barbecue it or something, but we'll see. All right, there it is. It's going in the oven now. Right now, I still haven't laid him down. My teenager's out there keeping him busy. I'm going to shred up this cheese. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I know I'll need it. I got cabbage to shred, and I have cauliflower. I'm thinking I'm going to make cauliflower rice maybe. We'll see. I don't know, but I want to get this done. Put it in a container and put it in the fridge so it'll be ready when it's time to use it. All right, it's all grated. I'm just going to put it all in this bowl and cover it up. Right, it's 11:11. I just got Evie to sleep. I'm going to decase these hot Italian sausages. I am going to make cabbage and sausage today, but I think I'm going to use one package for something else, this package or whatever, for the cabbage and sausage. So yeah, but I'm going to scramble it all up together to save time. And yeah, I need to get the casings off now. All right, there's the casings. Here's the sausage. I'm just going to try to break them up a little bit because they're easier to get in the scramble in motion. I squish them all up in the pan anyways, but just gives them a little bit of a head start. And yeah, it'll save on pans if I just do it all in one big one. They're like little sausage balls, but I make them like I'll turn it into actual scrambled sausage. Just I find it speeds up the process if I do this. Just turned it on. I'm going to shred up the cabbage now. The chicken has another 51 minutes. We'll see how it's doing. Ooh. You guys fogged up. But yeah, I'll get this sizzling and get that cabbage shredded, and I'll be back. I shred the cabbage up in the food processor. Oh, just a minute. I gotta shut my music off. Yeah, I shred it up in a food processor, but I cut it up in small pieces so it fits down the chute, but this looks like a brain or something. But I just wanted to show you these knives my husband got that camping weekend. He got them at Superstore. And they're super sharp. It cuts through cabbage like butter. It's craziness. I love it. They're giant chef knives, but yeah. Anyways, I already did one half of the cabbage. It shreds up nice. I know you guys that have been watching me for a while have seen this umpteen times, but yeah, that's the other cabbage. They're not big cabbages, so whatever. But I'm going to shred them up and put them in this bowl, and then we'll fry it up after with the sausage grease. All right, it's all shredded up. Good to go. I'm just waiting for this sausage to be done. Put a cover on it because it's trying to, there's not a lot of grease in it, which is odd. But maybe because it's such a big pan, now I can see it sweating a bit more. Oh, yes. Thinking I might make some like cupcake tin egg omelets and make some with sausage and cheese and other ones with spinach and cheese or spinach and bacon or something like that, and that'd be a quick little breakfast. You don't have to be keto or to have stuff like that, that's for sure, but yeah. Anyways, I'm just waiting for this to be done. I'm debating on what to do with those mushrooms now though. Alright, I shut that sausage off. I just took these Brussels sprouts out of the freezer and put them in this bowl to soften a little bit, like they're frozen. I want to cut them in half. I'm thinking I'm going to roast them with bacon fat after I cook the bacon and mushrooms and a whole heck of a lot of spice. And yeah, if I can get them charred a bit, that would be even better. My son just came in from skateboarding. He just got a big bowl of salad. So he's like, I'm hungry. What can I make? I'm like, have some salad. So that's what he did, which is good. But now I'm going to go divide. I'll probably use, ooh, that's hot, 3/4 of this sausage for the cabbage and sausage, and the rest I'll use for those egg things that I'm talking about if I get around to doing it. And yeah, I'm going to have to break out 2 pans though, because that's a lot of cabbage. Alright, I'm using up all these containers in my kitchen. There's still a lot of sausage left. There's enough here for my other dish. And now I busted out the other big pan. We're gonna get kicking. Alright, I got the cabbage in. I'm just gonna mix it up and turn the burners on. Oh, they're starting to sizzle. Mixed up. It's 12:14. That stuff's still doing its thing. I just took the chicken out of the oven and it was like really greasy, so I strained it. I just dumped it into that for now. I'm going to put it back in the oven for a little bit just to not be so soggy on the bottom. But this has been in for about almost an hour and a half. But just a little while longer and it'll be done. Alright friends, what time is it? 17 after 12. I'm just waiting for Medea to get here. She was going to pick up Misha and Maze from their day camp. The cabbage and sausage I just turned down low and put covers on them just so they steam a little bit better. There wasn't a whole lot of sausage grease, so whatever. I cut up, oh I think I showed you this, I took the Brussels sprouts out and I cut up 2 of those packages of mushrooms like that. The other 2 packages over there, I think I'm going to put in the food processor. Not make them too small, but just chop them up smaller, and use those for those egg muffins too. Because mushrooms are very good for you. So, and I have 4 or 6 racks of ribs in the deep freezer in the porch. I'm not going to get to them today, but I do want to do them maybe tomorrow. And that can go along with all this stuff. I can still assemble this stuff and then just put the ribs in after. And there's enough that the kids can have ribs for supper tomorrow because I love ribs too. I think what I'm going to do for supper tonight is I'll use 3 or 4 of those chicken legs for supper and divide them up, and they can have that and salad and some fruit for supper. I think that's what we're going to do because I still have more chicken in the fridge I can cook if I need it. Not a big deal. And but I'm waiting for that chicken to be done so I can get the roasted vegetables in the oven. But I gotta wait for those Brussels sprouts to thaw a bit too so I can cut them in half. And I need to fry bacon because I need bacon fat. Cheapers. Messing up my table even more. I took out I think I got more in there, but this is all I'm going to take out. 4 packages of ribs. There's 2 in each thing, so there's 8 racks of ribs here. I'm not doing them today because they're frozen solid, but I am going to defrost this. This is my ground pork. We buy those big pork loins. This is from December 8, 2018. Still good. I make homemade sausage patties and stuff, but I'm going to scramble this up and make it with my cauliflower rice. It'll be pork fried cauliflower rice. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, this won't take very long to defrost. I won't do this till later on. But right now I got some bacon to fry after I empty those pans into a big bowl. Alright, the kids are home. Medea's upstairs with Evie. It's 12:34. I'm just starting to cut these. Just cut them in half, the big ones. They're soft enough I can do that. And then I'm going to dump the mushrooms in. I don't know. I might just use olive oil and spice because I'm not doing bacon quite yet, and I want to get this in the oven before I have to go get the girls for 3 o'clock. So yeah, let me get these chopped up. Right, I just had a bowl of that cabbage and sausage. So did Misha, so did Maze, and so did Medea. And yeah, my son didn't, but he had that salad earlier. I'm pretty much done all the Brussels sprouts. I think I'm going to keep these ones out of the roasted vegetables and put them in something else. But all this, I'll dump that in there with those mushrooms, and I'll dig out the olive oil. Right, I used the organic cold pressed olive oil and did a couple of layers of this Creole seasoning because it does taste good on everything. There, it's all mixed up good. I can see every piece has some seasoning on it. Come on. So I'm going to spread it out on 1 or 2 cookie sheets and bake it in the oven. Took these out. They've been done, but I had just shut the oven off. I think I'm going to take this off and this tin foil off and put new ones on because this is my biggest pan. And I should hopefully be able to get it all on this one pan instead of dirtying up too. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with this chicken. Alright, I have it all laid out. Good to go. I'd add onions, but I don't want to add more sugary stuff, and sugars are in onions, so I'm just going to keep it simple. Oh, excuse me. There's the chicken. It's still piping hot, but yeah, I might throw the rest of that chicken in later, but we'll see. We'll see. No biggie. So yeah, here they go. I'm using the food processor again. I'm going to do up one of these things of mushrooms. I'll just pulse it a bit just to chop it up because I'm being lazy. All right. I got a little carried away. Got a little smaller than I was hoping, but that's okay. Now I'm going to do this frozen broccoli. I don't know if I should let it just defrost a little bit. I'm thinking I might make a coffee, like a regular caffeinated coffee, because I haven't had one today and I'm feeling sleepy. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I'll do the cauliflower. All right, this was in about 25 minutes at 400. I see some of it's a little charred, but it's totally cooked and I don't want it to turn to mush. So it's all good to me. I just tasted a Brussels sprout and it's perfect. Perfect texture. I can taste the spice, and yeah, we're good to go. I'm just gonna let this cool. It's 1:40. I just shut the stove off, and my coffee's all done brewing, so I'm gonna sit and relax a minute. What I'm gonna do now, what I realized I forgot to put with those Brussels sprouts and mushrooms was that bacon. I was gonna fry up bacon and put it with it, but that's okay. Maybe I'll sprinkle some cooked bacon in to the dishes, but this is that spinach. They're good sized little chunks. I'm going to put 3 or 4 of them in a microwave dish to kind of defrost and warm up, because those are going to go in those egg breakfast things with sausage and mushroom and spinach and cheese and probably a little salt and pepper, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, pretty cute. Following the directions, I took 5 of those little chunks out. The directions only go up to, like, it goes in spinach quantities, a cup, so I'm assuming one little chunk was a cup of spinach. I don't know. I'm just going to try it. Put it in for 7.5 minutes, break it up, and let it sit. But I just want it defrosted because it's going to be baked in the oven anyways with the egg and all the other stuff, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. Alright, while that spinach is in the microwave, I'm going to try to fry up some of this. These are those mushrooms that I chopped up. I didn't put any oil in the pan or anything, just to let them sweat a smidge. I'm going to chop up the cauliflower in a second, and I got to start scrambling that pork, ground pork too, so I'll bring you back in a bit. It's 2:06. Alright, those mushrooms are pretty well done. We're listening to Raffy. And my kitchen is a disaster, but it's going to be cleaned up after. Yeah, I'm going to take those out, and over here, I've been doing up the frozen cauliflower. This one could have been a little smaller, but that's okay. And it works just fine. So I'm going to throw these in the pan after. I still have the other bag to do. And yeah, it's coming together bit by bit. I have the pork in the pan. There's the mushrooms. The cauliflower's all riced up. I need to figure out what spices I'm going to put in here. Salt and pepper for sure. Maybe some rosemary and thyme. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. So let me see what I can dig out. Okay, it's 2:30. The pork's all done. I added those mushrooms I sauteed up. I ended up using all of those mushrooms. So I still have the other package over on the table. I'm going to do up just like these ones. Maze, jeepers. And I'll, just so I can use those for the little egg muffin tin things. So yeah, I'm going to hold on the cauliflower rice right now because I need to go get the girls for 3 and I don't want to start something and not be able to finish it. And that's not something you can start and stop halfway in between, or I find it goes mushy and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I'm going to shut this off and put a cover on it and head to town. Alright guys, it's 2:39. I'm just heading to town now. I got the dishwasher going. Medea's here with the kids. Evie's having a snip fit because I think he tasted some of that Tony Cheshires spice. I went out in the kitchen, I see the spice bottle on the floor and it was open. And he's complaining about his mouth, so he probably took a swig of that. But he might not do that again. Anyways, we're heading to town. Medea wants me to get her an ice cap. So I might try to get that before I get the girls because then they'll want something. And I just want to get home and finish doing what I'm doing. So I'll be back. Oh, I still have my slippers on. Oh well, I'm not going back in. Alright guys, well I'm on my way in town. I'm just at they're still working on the road, the stop sign. I'm the very first one in line. They just switched it as soon as I got here. Heaven's sakes. Oh well. But it's 10 to 3. I need to pick the girls up at 3, so hopefully these guys won't take too long. But yeah, it'll be good when this is all done. Oh boy. I did have that coffee and it was good. So all the burners are shut off. So when I get home, I'm just trying to think. I'm going to get, if the kids want their food right away, they can have it right away because that chicken and salad's there. I have some watermelon they can have. And then I'll start working on that cauliflower rice. And while that's sizzling, I'm going to chop up those mushrooms. I'm just making a game plan in my head. What else do I have to do? Oh, I got to mix up the eggs with a little milk and the spices. And get my cupcake tin out. I'll probably have to wash it because it's just been sitting behind the wood stove for a couple of months now. So I'll wash that and grease it with some coconut oil or some olive oil or something. And yeah, I'll start throwing those together so I can put those in the oven. That's only like, I don't know, 20 minutes in the oven at 350 and they'll be done. So yeah, I wish those ribs were done, like defrosted today, because I would get that all done. But oh well, I never thought about, I didn't wake up, or I woke up this morning thinking this is what I'm going to do today. I wasn't thinking about it last night, so yeah. Anyways, I'll be back. Just trying to talk to you guys while I have a minute and not sizzling over a hot stove kind of thing. It's really quite warm out today, but it's not too bad in the house. I mean, the kitchen's warm because I'm cooking and baking, but anyways, I'm thinking I have 2 packages of hamburger in the fridge too, and a steak. But my husband's coming home tonight. I'll leave the steak for him because he likes steak and he'll probably want to do something. And then that hamburger I might make a freezer meal like for the kids and stuff. Lasagna or a big spaghetti or something. I don't know if I'll do that today. I might do that tomorrow when I'm doing the ribs. So anyways, I'll be back. Right, it's 3:28. We just got home. I just dumped that pork and mushrooms over there. I forget if I told you what I put in there. I put onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of that pink Himalayan salt, pepper, some rosemary and thyme. And now I'm going to start frying this cauliflower up to make the cauliflower rice, and then I'll mix it all together. And the kids want some food, so I'm going to get their plates together while this cauliflower gets going. And the dishwasher's still doing its thing. This is what the plates are going to look like.
I mean,
This is going to be Evie's plate. I know there's not a lot of vegetables, but he can have more. I just don't overload his plate because then he just throws it on the floor, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Alright, while that cauliflower is doing its thing, I'm going to chop up these mushrooms and, yeah, get those ready for the egg thing that I'm going to do after. Alright, that only takes a few minutes to brown up a bit. I took a little spoonful, and I don't want it mushy, but I don't want it raw either, and it's just perfect, So now I'm going to mix. I don't know if I'm going to mix all of this because that's a lot of meat. It's probably equivalent to the amount of rice. I'd rather have more rice than the meat, so I might use some of that meat in another dish, but we'll see. Let me get it going together. All right, it's hard to tell, but there is pork mixed up in there because it's almost all the same color. There's still a lot of this, and I plan on steaming a whole bunch of broccoli and then making a creamy cheese sauce to put over top of it when I put it in the trays. So I might put some of this in with the steamed broccoli after the broccoli's been steamed. I'm not going to steam it again, not till it's mush, but just tender. And it could go with the creamy cheese sauce. I don't think that wouldn't taste too bad, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going to shut this burner off. And this is another one for the books. All right, that's those mushrooms I did. Evie is right under my feet, honestly. That's, the mushrooms I just chopped up in the food processor. I'm going to saute these till they, wilt down a smidge. And I have a bowl load. I'm going to crack 2 dozen eggs, maybe, 1.5 dozen eggs. We'll see. All right, I cracked 2 dozen eggs. Those mushrooms are done. Evie, leave that dishwasher alone. And I'm going to put some of that shredded cheese in here. And I'm going to wait for those mushrooms to cool down. I'm going to mix it in here. And some heavy whipping cream. I'm not putting milk, I'm putting heavy whipping cream. So, yeah. All right, I just mixed up the eggs. Got the cheese out, the heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to put some nutritional yeast flakes in here. It's really good for you. And yeah, those mushrooms. So I'll get it all mixed together and I'll show you. That mixed up. I forgot about the spinach, so I'm going to put some of that in here too. And then I'll just sprinkle it with the sausage after. All right, I washed this. I greased it with avocado oil, cold pressed, extra virgin. And there's the egg, mushroom, spinach, cheese, salt and pepper mixture. I'm going to top it with just a little tiny bit more cheese, and that sausage I'm going to put in too. So yeah, I have the oven preheating at 350, so I'll show you when this is all loaded. Okay, well, I got this full. I probably have enough for another half a pan. So now I'm going to put the sausage, just a little crumble on top, and then a little smidgen of cheese. So I'll show you that in a sec. All right, the sausage is in there. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of cheese. If I had been thinking, I would have saved a little more sausage because I would like to have just another little teeny tiny crumble of sausage on top of the cheese. It just would look better, but whatever. It's going to taste okay, I think. All right, all loaded up. So I'm going to stick them in the oven at 350. I'll set the timer for 20 minutes and I'll check them then. And then after this batch is done, I'll load up the other one. But while this one's going, I'm going to get some broccoli and the rest of those Brussels sprouts steaming so I can make that other dish with the rest of that ground pork. Yeah, chicken and salad. All right, so now I got these. Ignore my stovetop. You guys know I've been cooking all day, but I still have about, well, not much, maybe one more pot of steamed broccoli to do. I'm gonna put the covers on these and steam them just for a few minutes. And then I'll do the Brussels sprouts in one pot and the rest of the broccoli in the other. All right, there's the first round. I just put the Brussels sprouts in here and the last of the broccoli in there, so I'll bring you back. All right, well, the Brussels sprouts and broccoli is still going. I just took these out. They were in for 20 minutes. I think they're good. I'm going to let them sit in the pan for a few minutes just to be sure, and then I'll let the pan cool down again and grease it up and finish these egg omelets. So it's good. I'm just slowly packing stuff away. I got the cabbage and sausage in the fridge. I got the Brussels sprouts and mushrooms, baked ones in the fridge. I got the cauliflower rice in the fridge. When these cool down, they will go in the fridge because I don't want to assemble anything, I think, until I get the ribs and everything done so I can do it in one big go. So I'll probably combine today's and tomorrow's video. What's wrong, Zai?
Where's Mallie?
I don't know. She's probably in her room. Why?
Well, I want to ask her if she wants my earbuds. Can I go ask her?
Oh, just a minute, Zai. So, yeah. Don't they look good?
What are they?
They're egg cupcake things with sausage and cheese and spinach and little bits and bits and bobs for me and Dad for when we make those special meals. You'll be able to try one sometime if you want. This is the last of the egg mixture. I filled up the rest of these. I didn't clean really out, just scraped out what I could with water just so the stuff doesn't bake on even more. But yeah, I greased these ones with olive oil because the other ones stuck a little bit. Not bad, like they still stayed together, but we'll try the olive oil instead. But yeah, we made more than I thought we would, so that's good. All right, now they're all dressed and now they can go in the oven. All right, my kitchen is a disaster. The egg cupcakes are in the oven. I have to empty the dishwasher. I'm going to clean up the kitchen before I start making any more stuff because I still have bacon to fry and that creamy cheese mixture to go with those steamed vegetables. But I need to clear away this mess before I continue on. It's driving me insane. All right, there's the second batch. They were really puffed up, but they shrink back down after they cool. I just took them out though. It's 10 to 6. The dishwasher's going. I did clear off the table. I wiped the stove top. I'm about to bring stuff out to the compost. Let these cool down. I can put them away. These are those steamed vegetables. That's that ground pork. The cheese. All the other food is in the fridge, so that's good. Anyways, I'll be back once I get this finished being cleaned up. There's a second batch. You see how they kind of stick a little bit? I don't know. They're not burnt at all. They really aren't. Just some of them have a browner on the outside than others, but Medea had 2 of these before she went to work. I just let her take the van because I'm tired of driving and I still have stuff to do. So she'll bring back after. But yeah, she said they were really good, so I'm excited about that. I could eat one right now, but I want to save them so I have enough for the freezer meals that we make. 1 or 2 of these would probably be a fantastic breakfast. They're full of protein and yeah, ooey gooey goodness. So I'm just gonna these are the ones that just came out, so I'll let those cool down. Like, they're not hard at all. They're really not. They're nice and squishy. They're not crispy or anything, just a little brown, whereas this one, the sides kind of came off. This is hot. There, that one's more goldeny, but they're all good to go. So I took the rest of that chicken out in the fridge that I didn't cook today. I'm going to put that in the oven just because that'll take a while to do, and then I'll start working on that cream sauce. I'm thinking the bacon will have to wait till tomorrow because I don't want to stand over the stove anymore today. Once this is done, this will be done. There, I just did it the exact same way I did the other chicken, just with the Montreal chicken spice. It's gonna go in the oven for at least an hour, 350. All right, it's 6:30, that chicken's in the oven. I think that I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to make that creamy cheesy sauce for this, so I just dumped that scrambled pork meat that has the rosemary and thyme and onion powder and all that stuff in with the broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I keep eating the Brussels sprouts, they're delicious. And I'm going to wrap this up and put it in the fridge. I'm just thinking if I make that creamy sauce and put it on top, it would stiffen up, and I'd rather it still be kind of loose when I put it in the trays. So this is all done. I won't have to do anything with it tomorrow except to make the sauce that's going to go on top of it. And it's not going to be a soupy sauce. It's going to be a thick one that kind of glazes this stuff, and then that'll be that. But now I'm just waiting for the chicken. I'm going to do the bacon tomorrow because my husband called. Let me turn you around. Yeah, my husband called a little while ago. He's still in the city and asked if I needed anything from Costco. And I said, I can't think of anything. He's like, well, the regular like pepperoni and bacon and stuff. I'm like, yeah, we can always use that. So I have a couple packages of bacon in the fridge now. He'll probably get one of those packs that have 4 packs in it, and I'll cook the whole thing tomorrow unless he has plans for it. I'll need some more eggs because I'd like to do some trays with bacon and eggs in it. Just straight up bacon and eggs, and we'll see. Or I could do bacon with one of those little cupcake things. But Mally just had one. She liked them. Medea had 2. I'd like to make more of those, but I don't have any more hot Italian sausage, so I could always make ones with bacon instead of the hot Italian sausage. We'll see. So tomorrow for sure, I'm making the cream sauce for this. I'm making the ribs that are defrosting. I'm going to get my son to pick up a bag of ice on the way home because there's no room in the fridge to put those ribs now. Those coolers from camping are still here in the kitchen. I washed them out and they're still sitting there. So I'm going to put the ribs in that with a bag of ice, just so I could work with it tomorrow. It'll still defrost, but it's not going to be sitting out in the sink on a hot summer night. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just waiting for the rest of those egg cupcakes to cool down, and I'll put it in the fridge. So yeah, the dishwasher's still going. I'll have one more dishwasher load to do once that one's done, and then the kitchen will be all cleaned up, so that's good. And we'll start anew tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off for now, but I will catch you tomorrow morning. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a long one. Lots of pop-ins and cooking and stuff like that. So I'll be back tomorrow. Love ya. Well, good morning, friends. Isn't it nice and green out? The birds are singing. Listen. There's a whole bunch all over the place. But it is 9:15. I had a busy morning. I brought Messiah and Mally into their day camp, and they're going on a field trip today. They're going to Halifax to see a bunch of things, which will be really cool. So they're not going to be back till later this evening, like 6 o'clock-ish. So I won't have to go in earlier. But I do have to bring my day to work for 12. And I just hung out some laundry. I just rolled it all the way to the end because I have another load to do, which will take up this side. But yeah, I need to get those ribs in the oven from last night. Misha and Maze just got up. Got them a bowl of cereal they're in there munching on. And yeah, let's get rolling. All right, friends, it's 9:39. Here's the ribs. There's a couple bags of ice under them. It's nice and cool in there. I'm going to take a couple packs out to wash off. I just cleaned my sink, so I'm not going to be able to get them all in at the same time. I'll get 2 of these packages in at once, and then I'll have to do another batch after. But yeah, I'm going to get them washed up, and I'll get them over on the table. I have 4 racks here. I have 4 more in the cooler, so I'll do this all over again this afternoon. But they're all washed. I'm about to take the membrane off the back, which you guys have seen me do lots of times. I think I might have a video on how I do that, so if I do, I'll try to remember to put it down below. But my husband got a bunch of these KC barbecue ribs on clearance, so that's what I'm going to use today. And yeah, I'll get them all prepped, so I'll bring you back and show you what that looks like. Cut the membrane off. That's just that thin skin that holds the back ribs. It just makes it a little tougher to me. Like, I know you don't have to take them off, but we always do. And a lot of you have mentioned that you do ribs in the slow cooker. Never done that yet, but I don't know. My mind just doesn't wrap around that because I just never done it. So anyways, they're washed, they're demembraned. I'm gonna load them up with seasoning on the front and back and wrap them tight with tinfoil, but I'll show you what they look like when I get all the seasoning on. The more the merrier. And it's 10:03 and I got these all loaded up front and back. I used one whole one and maybe a quarter of that one. So I probably won't need all of that, but I know I'll need another tub for sure. Yeah, now I'm gonna seal them up tighter than a drum with some tin foil and stick them in the oven at 350 for about 3 hours or so. I'll rotate the pans from top to bottom, bottom to top, probably every hour and a half. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'll load it in. So I'm just gonna set my timer for an hour and a half so then I can rotate them. And yeah, we'll just keep going. All right, friends, well, I'm in town now. I just dropped my day off to work. It's 5 to 12. I have Evie in the back. I'm in the McDonald's drive-thru. I'm getting a dollar drink. I'm hot. I'm just going to get a Diet Coke with a tiny bit of ice. I'll probably get him some small fries. My husband was just about to leave with Misha and Maze because they didn't have their little day camp today. He's going to go take them for the day to go do some things. He has to fix something on his car and something on our boat and stuff like that. So they're going to have a nice day with their grandma at their Grammy's house with them there. And yeah, the girls aren't back till 6 and my teenager works at 2, but he'll take the truck to work. So yeah, it'll just be me and Evie. My day only works till I think 3 o'clock, so it's just a short little shift, like a lunchtime shift. And yeah, then I'll be back into town. But those ribs are in the oven. I was going to switch them at an hour and a half, but I switched it to 2 hours because I wouldn't be back in time to switch it. They're perfectly fine. Like, they're fine just doing their thing. But I'll check them as soon as I get home. So anyways, I'll be back. It's almost my turn. All right, it is 12:16, just got home. I just rotated those pans. There was still 10 minutes left on that extra half hour I put on, so I didn't even take the foil off. I just put the bottom on the top and the top on the bottom and turned the pans around, so the front to the back, back to the front, if you know what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna go get that other laundry out of the washing machine and hang it on the line while my teenager's out there visiting with Evie before he goes to work. And he's watching the Wiggles and eating some French fries. All right, guys, I only had this in for another half hour after I rotated them. Evie, turn it down. I think drippings were smoking in the oven, so I opened it up. But these are well done. Like they're good. I could pull that right apart, and you can see how the meat has come. I don't know what it's called, but pulled back on the bone some. That's a good indication that it's done. It's kind of shrunk up. I got the other one right here. Looks beautiful, beautiful. I shut the oven off. I'm not going to glaze these right now. I'm just going to cover them up and let them cool down like that. And then I want to prep the other ribs and get those in the oven before I have to go get Medea for 3 o'clock. So by the time the evening rolls around, I'll be able to assemble my little meal kits. I planned on cooking bacon today. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to. I do need to make that cheesy, creamy sauce, though, but I can do that in a flash later on. So, yeah. Well, I just got off the phone with my sister-in-law, just chit-chatting. I folded that laundry I took in from the line that I hung out this morning. That was dry when I hung out that second load, which is still out there on the line. So that's all folded. Oh, Evie's running around with that vacuum. And Evie pulled out the cooler that's filled with those other 2 packages of ribs. Because this cooler's on wheels, for goodness sakes. And he's full of beans and wieners today. He really is. I have to yell at him to leave my piles alone. He charges them like a bull. Honestly, he does. Crazy babies, crazy babies. All right, friends, it's 20 after 2. I got Evie down for a nap about 15 minutes ago, and I'm on a rush because I need to get Medea at 3, so I'll wake him up around 1:45 or so. But I had to get a move on because I want to get these in the oven before I leave. So I took the membrane off just like I did this morning. I coated them front and back. I'm going to wrap them up, and I could fit all 4 on here because that first batch, 2 of those racks were really, really big, and I wouldn't be able to do that. But at least now I can get them all on one rack. Let me tell you, I had parchment paper under those things, and what a mess. I've done that before, and it didn't turn out like that, but there was so much stuff stuck to the bottom of this pan. I had to soak it and scour it and scour it and soak it. But this time I'm lined it underneath with tinfoil, so hopefully it won't be such a big mess. But I'm going to wrap it up and get it in the oven. This was that first batch of ribs. I had 4 or 5 ribs, and so did my son before he went to work. Delicious, delicious. I don't even want sauce on mine, so I'm just going to cover this, and they're still fairly warm, but I want to get these covered so I can deal with them later on. But yeah, they look beautiful. Right, friends, well, it is almost 10 to 3. Medea said she would call me if she was going to be later. Well, she was going to call me either way to let me know, but I haven't heard, so it might be busy because sometimes she has to stay a little later. But oh, my headphones are caught on the doorknob. Heaven's sakes. I got Evie, sorry for being so shaky. I got Evie in the van. He was still snoozing. I left the door open just while I ran in to get my bag, but he's a sleepy BB. He'll probably snooze on the way in, but that's okay. So I'm gonna buckle up, Buttercup, and we'll be on the road. Well, I just got home. I just got to the top of the hill and got a message from Medea. She won't be done till 5, so I turned around, but there's a vehicle in my yard from New York. But nobody. Oh, there's somebody. Just a minute. Yeah, there was this lovely lady. I think she said her name was Patty. I think. We got to chat, and I invited her in for a cup of tea, but she was very, very nice. I guess she's been coming up to where we live since the 70s, like on vacation and stuff. So now that she's retired, she plans on being here more often. I said, well, if you're ever in the area again, just give me a holler. I introduced myself. She introduced herself, and her grandbabies are coming up soon, apparently, and stuff. Anyways, she was looking for my neighbor. And this happens fairly often because their driveway, like they live behind us, and their driveway is kind of hidden because it's attached to another driveway. So if you don't know to keep on trucking, then you'll miss it. But yeah, I showed her where it was, and yeah, it's all good. But Evie did fall asleep in the van on the way just up the hill, but he kind of woke up when I brought him in the house. So he's just chilling on the couch, and those ribs are in the oven. I had just taken videos from the day after camping off my phone right before we left because I didn't get a video up yesterday, and I'm sorry. Just the way things go, busy. You know, well, you've seen how busy I was yesterday with all that cooking and stuff, and I was zonked at the end of it. So that's going to go up today, and this will go up, well, I'm saying tomorrow, but by the time you see it, it'll be on Saturday. So yeah, anyways, if he does go back into slumber, then I might go up there and try to edit a little bit. But if not, I'll do it tonight. No biggie. But yeah, Medea's not done till 5. I got to pick the other girls up at 6. I'm going to call my husband because I don't know what time he's coming home. Because if he's coming home, he could, you know, around that time, he could pick up the girls from their field trip at 6. We'll see. Just a spider web of scheduling. All right, friends. Well, it is, let me see, 3:51. And Evie and I just got done editing the day after camping. And it's exporting now, and I'll upload it because I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday because you guys know how busy I was. So anyways, we're just about to head back downstairs, and I'll check the timer on those ribs. Yeah, there's 14 minutes left. I first put it on for an hour and 45 minutes, so it's been in there for a little bit. And I'm going to take it out and just flip the pan around, like turn it around and put it in. I'll probably put it in for another 45 minutes before I check it. And we'll see then. Well, it's about 20 to almost quarter to, yeah, 20 to 5. We're gonna start heading into town because they still have those people working on the roads and stuff. This time she should be done work, and yeah, if she has any errands to do, because I have to pick the girls. I'd have to be back in town for 6. So if she has any errands to do, I'll take her around. I turned those ribs way down to like 150. Because they're pretty well done. I just don't want them sitting there, you know, whatever. And then I'll deal with all that when I get back. And after the kids get settled, I can start digging out my containers. I'll make that creamy cheese sauce. And yeah, we can assemble those dishes. So, sounds good to me. Well, I'm in town. I got a message. My day is going to be till 5:30. Oh, must be one of these days, I'm telling you. Oh, well, I'm just at the Tim Hortons parking lot. I'm going to get large decaf coffee because I'm trying to eliminate as much caffeine as I can. And then I might pop over to Dad's house just for 15 minutes or whatever and have my coffee, 15, 20 minutes. And then spin out and get her. But I'm just going to wait in town if she has errands to do, and then I'll pick the girls up for 6. So yes, I'm feeling tired now. Maybe I'll get a real coffee because I haven't had a real coffee in 2 days, so maybe I'll do that, and we'll see. It's 8 after 5. I can be here for 15 minutes or so. Enough for a coffee. I'll get Evie out and he can have a visit with Papa. You want to see Papa? Let's go see Papa. Ooh, it's warm in here. Dad has Fox News blaring. He just had supper. He had pork chops and potatoes and stuff. But it's 5:15. I got a message from the counselors that had the girls on the field trip, and they're running behind, so pickup is until 6:45. I just talked to my husband. I'm rocking in this chair, that's why I'm moving. And he's not sure if he'll be back in time to pick them up, so I'm not sure if I'll just pick my day up and go home and shut those ribs off and then come back in. Oh, we'll see. But yeah, whatever. Everybody will be picked up and everything will get all done. It's just yeah, a smorgasbord of running here, there, and everywhere. Friends, it's 20 after 6 and I just got home. Yeah, I guess the girls won't be back till about 7:15, so yeah. I thought I'd get here, try to get some stuff done before I have to go get them or my husband picks them up. But yeah, I had it way down on the very lowest. So I wasn't too worried about these. And they're all done. You can see, again, the bones, how these were all touching, how they shrunk up. I just don't want them to be too dry. No, but they're still able to be picked up. Oh, these are hot. But yeah, perfect. So I'm going to let these cool down. I'm going to dig out my containers. And yeah, I got to think about starting to assemble this stuff because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. Okay, I was just getting the table laid out, but I need to make that creamy cheese sauce. All of the recipes that I did here today is not a recipe at all. It's just stuff in my mind that I'm throwing together. No measurements, no nothing. Just stuff I know that I like and that my husband will eat. And that's just the way it goes. But I left 2 racks of ribs over there on the pan for the family, but I cut up the rest in like 2 or 3 rib chunks. And well, I'll show you when I take all this stuff off. It's just I need to whip up that sauce really quick. And I have more containers. I just can't fit them all on the table. So yeah. I forget if I told you what I was putting in this cheese sauce. That's the leftover grated cheese from yesterday. I'm putting some nutritional yeast in there and some heavy whipping cream. Nothing fancy. I don't want it soupy. I want it like fairly thick, just so I can drizzle a little bit over top of the steamed vegetables from yesterday. Oh yeah, and I'm using real butter to start this sauce with. I need to spin in to get the kids because my husband's not left yet. He's just getting ready to leave and he won't be back in time, so I have everything covered. I'll be back within the half hour and then I'm going to start this mission. I'm telling you, it's taken me forever to get these done, but everything's all ready to rock. That cheese sauce is here. It's still very, very hot. I'm going to put the cover on tight though before I go, but this will help thicken it up a smidge. I wish I had a little more, but I'm just going to put a drizzle over top of the, well, I won't open it, the steamed vegetables with the ground pork in it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So anyways, 6:52. I gotta hit the road, Toad. All right, I'm in town. It's 10 after 7, so they should be arriving any time now. I haven't got any more messages, and God forbid I get another one, because, oh gosh, nothing has gone on schedule today at all, but that's okay. Yeah, and I did get a real coffee when I went and got that last Tim Hortons one. I'm glad I did, so I wouldn't be too sleepy or whatever. Yeah, anyways, we'll see how the girls make out when they get back. 7:43 and they're just getting here. I've just been listening to one of my audiobooks, and yeah, we'll find out how the girls made out on their trip. Hip hip hooray. Oh boy. We'll see, they're all charging out of the van, so we'll see how they make out. Oh, here comes Zaya. Hey Zaya, how was your trip?
We went to Burger King for
You,
lunch.
was it good?
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got a double cheeseburger and fries and a Coke.
Okay, all right. There's Mally, chilling like a villain.
Yeah, Mally, did you realize this?
Hey Mally, how was your trip?
Oh, by the way, my tablet died once we were right there.
Oh, well that's good. It lasted
the
all.
whole time because I had it down, like, I had the phone down.
Awesome. So I had to go in and use the washroom, so then we're heading home. And then I can finish my task. All right, guys, it's 8:15. Everybody seemed to land home at the same time, so there was chaos. I got the kids all ribs, like the other 2 racks that were over there. So now I can, yeah, just a minute. Now I can start. But there's the cheese sauce, the roasted Brussels sprouts with mushrooms and that Tony Cheshire spice, the steamed Brussels sprouts and broccoli with the scrambled pork with rosemary and thyme and other spices. I have, these are those breakfast muffins with hot Italian sausage, spinach, nutritional yeast. I forget whatever the heck I put in, but there's another layer under there. And The chicken, I broke the drumsticks off the thigh part, so there's double the chicken. The cabbage and sausage, the cauliflower rice. I wish I had more of it, but I have what I have. And this is 4 racks of ribs. And I'm gonna make it do. I just didn't get that bacon done, but I'm not shook about it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I can always make some more stuff, just not in this go around. So let's get started. Alright guys, it's all done. I counted 39. I might have miscounted. I don't know. And I'm standing up on a chair. I was trying to get it all in to take a picture, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, there was no rhyme or reason for how I put it in there. Just whatever I had, whatever, you know, it just went. Some have chicken and ribs. Some just have chicken. Some have just have ribs. Some have whatever. But yeah, it turned out good. I couldn't fit it all on the table. You see those 3 containers in the back. I had a stack on top. So I'm going to try to take some pictures so I can post those. But yeah, overall I'm very pleased. And yeah, I didn't use up all the ribs. There was a few. I just put them over there with the other little bit that's left from the family, like for the family, and they can just have at it. So yeah, and then I'm going to wrap them up and put them in those big Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. All right, I have them all packed up. Tried to take a picture, but they're not turning out that great, but oh well. Now I need to get out my big Ziploc bags because I just want to reinforce them in the freezer. So, but these won't last long. You know, they'll last probably a month. It's for me and my husband, and sometimes he eats them, sometimes he makes stuff because he likes to cook a lot. So, but either way, when I'm hungry, I can just go pop this in the microwave, nuke it, and there's my meal. I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, exciting. All right, they're coming along. I'm just gonna have to try to make room in my deep freezers for these, just rearrange some stuff. And yeah, then I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. Hey, I can't believe I got it all in here. I know the lighting's bad out here, But I have it all in here in the upstairs deep freezer. We got a deep freezer downstairs too. So I just shifted stuff around and put it together like a Tetris game. But it's all in here. And the lid shut. So hip hip hooray. Well, hey friends, it's the next day. I was sitting down to edit this video and I came to the end and realized I didn't end my keto meal prep video, so that's what this is. I had my first meal out of the freezer today. I mean, I could have left it in the fridge overnight, but I put them all in the freezer, as you've seen. And I just pop it in the microwave and nuke it for 2 minutes, take it out and stir around whatever I need to stir around. In the one I had, it had the steamed veggies, like the steamed broccoli and Brussels sprouts with a little bit of cream cheese on top, or cream sauce on top. Had ribs, cabbage, and sausage, and cauliflower rice with that ground pork in it. So I just mixed the veggies around and popped it back in for a minute or two, and that's all it took. That's how I do it. But those will last in the freezer. They would last a couple of months. But I put the big Ziploc bag over top of it just for extra precaution. But I mean, those will probably last till the end of August, and then I'll have to do another big batch of keto meal prepping for the beginning of the school year for me. So yeah, anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. I know this is a long video. I didn't really give recipes, but like I said, I don't do recipes. I've never ever followed like what my macros are or anything like that. I just know I do my research of what's keto approved food, and since I generally do the OMAD thing, I'm not worried about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now the rub I did put on these ribs did have a little bit of sugar in it apparently. I read the thing afterwards, but I only have 3 or 4 ribs generally in one of those, well probably 3 ribs at the most, in one of those things. And like I say, it's the OMAD thing. I don't think it's going to throw me off, and I'm just more, what do you need, Mally?
The computer.
Oh, I'm not done yet. You'll have to wait. I'm not really in the game to lose any more weight. It's just more maintaining. So occasionally I do have treats. You guys see that I have treats, and that's fine. I'm not shook about it or anything. All right, skedaddle.
But can I have popcorn?
Well, yeah, just wait till I'm done, okay?
I'm hungry though.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I want to make. It's all too hard to make.
Nothing is too hard to make if you really want it. Easier said than done, I know.
Way too hard to make.
All right, skedaddle. Oh, kids, right? Get out of here. Kids. No, I've been filming all day today. What did I just stop talking to you about? I've been filming all day today, so we went to the beach and stuff, but I did record it, so that'll be in a video too. But yeah, what I was talking about, I'm scatterbrained. I'm just in the process of maintaining myself, because I feel like this is my healthiest self. I'm never going to be tip top. I'm never going to be an Olympian, but I'm the best that I can be right now, at least in my mind, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, anyways, thanks for hanging out, keeping me company during this chaotic spiderweb of food cooking and van driving and kids and all that stuff. So all right guys, well, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really, truly do. I do. So okay, with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Boink.